And so that's how it started for me,
Right.
in just training hard and being inspired
Right.
by his performance. And so I got into track and discovered that there's something called the Olympic Games.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
I go, wow, I want to do that. And the thing that inspired me to go to the Olympic Games, by the way, wasn't even one of Jamaica's Olympic champion.
Right.
Back in, leading up to the Olympics in 1980, ABC Sports had a segment, a series they called Road to Moscow.
Right.
And they featured aspiring Olympic athletes, and they were talking about their lives, their normal lives, and the challenges that they faced in their personal lives and in trying to get to the Olympic Games.
Right.
And the thing that struck me was that these guys were really ordinary people with extraordinary dreams.
Yeah.
And I go, kind of like the story with my grandmother and the army.
Right.
I don't know if I can do that, but I want to do it.
Right.
And so that's where the fire and the desire to be an Olympic athlete
Wow.
got lit. And so I pursued that and dreamt about competing in LA in 1984.
Right. Yeah.
Well, it didn't happen, but you know, I
Well,
stuck
in
with the
'84,
dream.
you were just 20 then. Yeah.
No, you know, in '84 I was 19. Yeah, going on 20. I would have been 19
Right.
at the Olympic Games had I been good enough.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that didn't happen, but I still stuck to the dream of being an Olympian.
Right.
And 4 years later, I was in Calgary.
Right. Incredible.
Way cooler than
A lot colder
much
and
colder
cooler.
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yes.
Probably very
There's-
cool in those.
There's a price for everything. You know?
Yes. Folks need to go to DevonHarrisLive.com to see the video. As you said, the bobsled seen around the world. Of course, the glorified and Cool Runnings, the very popular Disney movie, which I saw only cost $14 million to make and made more than $100 million worldwide. I mean, the ability to be, not that you were starring in that, but as you said, shared with us yesterday, even something loosely based on the four of you all back in late '87 and into early '88. It must be pretty dang exciting. But what was that like being in the Olympics? I mean, just that experience, the first time.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Is the first word that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Now picture you're home. You've grown up watching the Olympics to see these guys marching in the opening ceremonies, and you're going, wow, those are some of the best athletes in the world.
The world, yeah.
And then one day, you are the one marching in the opening ceremonies.
Yeah.
And you march into the stadium with 60,000 people cheering, more cameras than you can possibly count.
Right.
And you know that in that instant, your image is being flashed around the world.
The world, yeah.
And there's some little boy or girl somewhere looking at you going, wow, he must be one of the best athletes in the world.
Yeah.
You're living your dream
Yeah.
in that moment.
Yeah.
In addition to that, though, the experience was so incredible. You are at the Olympics and you're living in utopia for 2 weeks or 16 days that the games last.
Right.
You know, you're this brotherhood of the human race.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and you know, you're interacting with people who you would, under normal circumstances,
You'd
never meet.
Never meet. Yeah.
And you know, one of the coolest thing about being at the Olympics is, you know, meeting somebody and, you know, chatting, exchanging pins, taking pictures, and, you know, several years later you're home and you're watching TV and like, oh, look at him, or look at her.
I know that guy. Yeah.
Oh, she's grown, or he's grown.
Yeah.
And it's just an amazing experience, really.
Yeah, that's got to be. You can't put it in words. As you said, and of course, just keeping a level head, being down to earth, as you clearly are, having been through that, knowing that, as you say, it's not just the folks there, the 60,000 and more cameras than there are people, but all the people around the world watching either the Winter Olympics or the Summer Olympics. It's incredible.
Yeah, it is. And of course, I'm particular to the Winter
Olympics.
Olympics.
Yeah.
Although my country has been very successful in the summer. But absolutely, you get a chance to interact and meet so many people and really enjoy and appreciate people for who they are. You know, in the real world, once you're outside of the utopia of the Olympic Games, you have all these issues of diversity and, you know, political problems and so on.
Yeah.
Those things, when you're at the Olympic Games, those things disappear. And you see a person, although they may be from the other side of the world, as a person. You recognize that the difference between us when you're at the Olympic Games is
Sure.
ideology.
Right.
You know, which was one of the, in 88, the height of the Cold War. So I'm armor trained.
Right.
I understand that there is, everybody behind the Iron Curtain is evil.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on the Olympic Games and I'm coming to face to face with these guys for the first time.
Right.
And recognize that the only difference between us is ideology.
Right, right.
We share the same hopes and
Yeah.
aspirations.
Right.
So from the same human frailties, where people are people.
Yes.
So those are some of the things I take away from the
Boy,
experience.
how powerful, Devon. We've only got about 5 minutes. We're running out of time. Keep on pushing. Foundation's taking a lot of your time for
Indeed.
good reason, and also right to play. But keep on pushing.
In my old neighborhood, you know, crime and poverty is rampant.
Right.
And I wanted to find a way to give back and to give hope and create opportunities for many of the kids that are growing up and coming out of that neighborhood. And in stopping at my old primary school and speaking to the principal, one of the things I discovered was that many of them were going to school hungry, no breakfast, no food.
Right.
And if you're hungry, you can't learn. And if you're not learning, you don't have an education. If you have no education, no hope. Hope is the lifeblood of possibilities. And so I wanted to do something. And so we started the foundation, and we're funding a breakfast program in that school. That's a starting point.
That's great.
You know, hopefully by September we'd have expanded to 4 or 5 more schools.
There in Jamaica, close by.
In my old neighborhood.
Olympic Gardens.
Olympic Gardens.
Wow.
And then hopefully, you know, develop it beyond that. But right now, the focus is on feeding these kids, and we actually have this grand dream of building a local bakery
Really?
in the
There,
neighborhood
yeah.
to feed the kids and teach locals baking skills and entrepreneurial skills. And so we're not just a traditional charter giving things out, but we're creating an opportunity for them to better themselves.
You still have family down there, Devon?
I have extended family. My
Extended
parents
family.
actually live in Jersey. My siblings are
Your
in
parents
Jersey.
have moved to New Jersey. Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's taken the new Jamaica. Yeah.
We're all Jamaicans now.
Jamaicans. I love it. I love it. You know, you think through so much that has to happen in your youth, and that is still your native country and the great love there. So to give back to them where everything started
That's
is really special.
really important to me.
One of the great things I saw on your website was your ability as a motivational speaker, of course, to speak to the group, whether it's HTC Real Kids, but also to a lot of others. I saw reading about you as an MC, seeing where oftentimes you're asked to come in and help going from session to session or help open up a speaker. I mean, you're able to do anything in that role as a motivational speaker. People say, what is that exactly? What is he doing?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to get out of it? But you're able to really wear a lot of hats.
You know, one of the amazing things I believe is that all of us are we're multifaceted, but we limit ourselves, and that is something I work really hard not to do. I was speaking to a guy earlier this year about a goal that I have, of being a color commentator during the Olympics, in fact.
Right, yeah.
And he says, well, have you ever done it before? And I said, no, but I'm in the habit of doing things I've never done before.
Right, yeah.
But that's the only way you grow. That's the only way you develop as a person, by challenging yourself and really understanding that you actually do have these latent abilities.
Right.
And if you don't go and recall them and challenge yourself to perform in that arena and wear that hat, you'll never know you can.
Right.
The only way to find out is to do it. And
You've never been a master of ceremonies, but I'm sure you've done it a lot now.
Exactly.
And if you hadn't done it, there was a first time.
There's always a first time, and you work your way through it, and you figure it out, and you do it. And that's what I encourage everybody to do in terms of pursuing their dreams.
Sure.
You know? You've never done it before, but it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. There was a time when you had never walked before.
Right.
Where you don't go, oh, I've never walked before. I don't think I can do that. I'm going to just sit right here. You got up and you got busy until you figured it out.
Right.
It's the same with everything else.
Oh, yeah. So often as folks are sitting out in the crowd just saying, I'm thankful it's not me having to be up there talking to everybody. So I'm sure it is a lot.
No, you know what, though? Seriously, it's not even work. And when I'm on stage, I feel like I'm on purpose. I really think that I've found my calling. So
Right.
It's awesome.
That's tremendous. We got a minute. You know, as you think about right to play, something that's taken a lot of your time, of course, keep on pushing. As you think, what is that purpose there? As a motivational speaker, what is that purpose? I mean, clearly, you could be doing a lot of other things. You could be managing a luxury hotel in the Swiss Alps. You could be you could be doing color commentating on a full-time basis. What is the purpose as a motivational speaker?
It's to encourage people to explore their full potential.
Right.
It's really which is one of the reasons why I strive to continue to be my best, because I think that's the only way I can be authentic. If I can go and say definitively to somebody, look, you have to keep on striving, you have to keep on pushing, keep on pushing, push your way over the obstacles, push your way towards your goals, and once you have gotten there, push yourself to new heights of achievement. And so it's really to challenge everybody to strive to fulfill their potential.
That's tremendous. That's a great purpose to have,
again,
Devon. You've got to be
great.
proud
to
serve that role well.
Wonderful
Very
to be back
definitely.
here
I'm
with
sorry
you.
we've run out of time, and I hope you'll enjoy the Hard Rock Park and get on back
I'm
home
go
to.
Let my hair down over
Yeah,
there.
I love it. I love it. Stay tuned to a little more Carolina people with three-time Winter Olympian Devon Harris. Coming up next. You go to DevonHarrisLive.com, DevonHarrisLive.com. You're seeing a lot of little things to try to summarize, Devon. You really can't get to it. You see the dare to dream, the keep on pushing, lots of little fun slogans there, but you also got to get back to that quote. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it. You think about that experience back in '88 of crashing there, right there, known around the world, the crash known around the world. Think of that experience, the embarrassment there. How did he react to it? Of course he's embarrassed, but how did he change his life? It got him to where he is today. Think about growing up in Olympic Gardens, anything. He could have looked at the bad side of that and let that keep him down. Instead, he looks at the good side of getting out of there and continuing now to give back to that community so that he can make a difference in their lives. Take the time to think about that in your own life. Go online to DevonHarrisLive.com. A lot of great information on there, but you got to click on play videos. Also, click on newsletters. Click on newsletters and see the 3 pages of monthly newsletters, and you can get a free subscription. You can also get an autographed copy of Yes, I Can. Take the time to go online, learn more about it. You've seen this website up the last 2 days. You may not have gone there yet. Get off the chair right now and get in there. Turn on your computer, DevonHarrisLive.com. Devon, thanks so much for being with us this morning.